You finally get a minute to yourself. The house is quiet. Your journal, your laptop, maybe even your sketchbook is open and they're waiting, right? But instead of feeling excited, you feel that big, and all the stuff that you should be doing pops into your head. Laundry, cleaning, dishes, maybe even emails, meal prep. Does any of this sound familiar? Yeah, that's mom guilt. And it's that little voice that says, you're not enough. You're not present enough. You're not good enough. But here's the thing. Guilt isn't the bad guy. No. It can actually spark your creativity. It can actually spark what's missing in your creativity. And today we're going to be looking at 5 secrets that show how moms like you and me turn guilt into a burden. And how we can turn it, instead of having it as a burden, but turning it into our greatest creative power, our biggest superpower. So are you ready for it? Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Let's go. So we've been told this lie that being a mom and chasing your dreams don't mix. That if you're a good mom, your dreams should be shoved in the back of the closet. And if you go after your dreams, you're a bad mom. No wonder we carry so much guilt. But here's the truth. Guilt isn't a stop sign. It's actually a clue. It's pointing straight towards what matters to you most. And when you learn how to use it, that guilt becomes rocket fuel for your creativity. Now, we're not just talking about managing guilt. We're talking about flipping it, reshaping it, and using it as a strength. So are you ready for the 5 secrets? Are you ready? I hear you. So secret number 1, stand on your values, not social medias. So most of our guilt comes from what others expect of us, okay? So perfect lunch, perfect craft, perfect mom life. Newsflash, that's all fake news. So take this mom, for example. She's a graphic designer, okay? She felt guilty anytime she worked because she thought she wasn't a homemade bread kind of mom. But one day she decided to write down her real values, which were creativity, providing for her family, and showing her daughter what passion looked like. And just like that, suddenly she wasn't stealing from motherhood. It was part of it. Her creativity, her graphic designing creativity was part of motherhood. So once she anchored in her values, that guilt turned into motivation. Can you imagine that? Flipping your guilt and using it as part of your creativity, using it as motivation for your creativity? That brings us to secret number 2. Show yourself the same kindness you show friends. This is so true. Now, let's be honest. We tend to beat ourselves up worse than anyone else, okay? That inner voice. But let me ask you, if your friend came over to you and they were crying about the same thing, what would you do? You would hug her, cheer her up, and help her find a way forward. So if we can do that for a friend, why can't we do that for ourselves? Why can't you do that for yourself? Now, here's an example. One mom did exactly that. She used to feel guilty writing while her kids were home. But then she asked herself, what would I tell a friend if my friend came to me with this same issue, this same feeling of guilt? What would I tell her? I wouldn't say, you're a bad mom. I would say, you're dedicated. So that's what she did. She shifted. She turned her writing time into story time. And then she drew her kids in. So while she wrote, they were drawing. So instead of guilt, what did she do? She got connection. Now, that's the most powerful thing. Compassion. Compassion is the most powerful thing because it cracks guilt wide open. Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to try that in your own life with your own guilt? Secret number 3. Use simple tools to clear your head. So sometimes guilt it just doesn't fog your brain. It can mess up with your brain as it fogs it. And that means that you tend to carry more than you think you should. Okay? So you need tools to slice through all of that. And here are some two easy ones. The first one, the responsibility pie. So when a situation comes up, when you're ridden with guilt, because you're trying to do something for yourself or, excuse me, whatever situation, I want you to draw a circle, okay? And then divide it up into slices like you would a pizza. Now for each slice, I want you to put in any person or anything that is related to that situation at hand. So put everybody, anything that's involved in that's causing the situation, that's making the situation worse, that has any effect on the situation. So look at it. Who's really responsible for the situation? Here's a spoiler. It's never all you. And if you do this practical pie thing, if you do this practical distribution of responsibility, and you will see that you are taking on more than is actually yours. Okay. Tool number 2. It's the catch and flip your thoughts. So this is when a thought like, I'm a bad mom for painting, pops into your head. I want you to stop and ask, is this true? Or is it also true that showing passion makes me a better mom? I want you to flip it. So basically, you're going to catch the bad thoughts, the thoughts that are causing the guilt, those negative thoughts. You want to stop it right there, and then you're going to flip it, evaluate it, okay? Because these little tricks, both of these little tricks, they don't just calm guilt down. They actually start to retrain your brain so that any time when guilt pops its ugly head, you can reverse it. You can use guilt positive, okay? And to learn from. So secret number 4, quit comparing. Find your people. So comparison, as we all know, is a poison. Social media will have you thinking that every mom has it together while here you are drowning. Lies. What you're seeing is their highlight reel. And the solution, the antidote to all of this, is real community. Moms who tell the truth. Moms who share. Moms who support and clap for each other's wins. So here's an example. There's one filmmaker mom almost quit her job until she met 2 other moms in her same field, and they hung out. They had coffee. What they found out is they kept it real. They shared all their struggles, what they juggle, and guess what? They became her lifeline. They became each other's lifeline, and she did not have to quit. So I want you to understand that comparison, it drains you, okay? But community fills you back up. Now, if you feel like you're in need of such a community, one where moms like you, like me, have the desire to stretch and strengthen their creative muscle, then why don't you join the Creative Spark Circle? This is a free community on School for Creative Moms, and the link is in the description, okay? Now, on to secret number 5. I love this one. Let guilt be your creative director. Now, it's a big one, okay? I want you to understand that guilt can actually lead you. So instead of letting it crush you, I want you to ask, what are you trying to tell me? Guilt, what are you trying to tell me? So a musician mom felt guilty because she kept on leaving her son when she went on tours. And so she almost gave up. Right? Now, it's funny how guilt can influence our decisions, and especially when it comes to our creative time, our creative desires. And guilt, it's amazing. Guilt can stop us in our tracks. Guilt can make us turn our backs from our creativity, make us doubt that we even have anything to be worth creating for, or that we have any creativity in us. But this mama, when she listened to guilt, instead of letting guilt lead her, it was saying, and now it was saying that she missed him, that she loved her son. Now she understood that. But instead of letting that stop her, guess what she did? She wrote songs about it. She let guilt enrich and enliven her creativity. She wrote songs about it. And those songs, those became one of her best work. Can you imagine that? Guilt didn't vanish. It just turned into her muse. And that's the magic of it. That's what's beautiful. Guilt shows you what you care about. And you'll find out that what you care about is at the heart of your best creative work. So basically, do not let guilt stop you from tapping into your creative desire. Do not let guilt stop you from following your creative goals, following your creative dreams. Instead, use guilt to enrich in it. Use guilt to make even that one idea, that creative idea, even better. Now, I'm not saying that you ignore what's causing you to have guilt. I'm not saying that if you feel guilty about your kids, you're not present enough. I'm not saying that you disregard all that, but you acknowledge the guilt and you use the guilt for positive. Use the guilt to make your family life better. Use your guilt to make your life better. Use the guilt to make your creativity dreams come alive. Okay? So now, let's go over the 5 secrets again. Number 1, anchor in your own values. Do not look to somebody else's values. Do not ask for their values, because this is about you, about your creativity, about your guilt that's stopping you in following your creative dreams. Number 2, treat yourself kindly, just like you would treat a friend. We tend to be hardest on ourselves than we are on our friends with the same situation. So I want you to treat yourself kindly. Number 3, use tools to clear your guilt. You can start with the 2 easy ones that I shared, or you can come up with your own. And that's the beauty of it. Just be creative and come up with something that will help you clear out your guilt. Okay? And actually look at your guilt from a positive perspective, so to speak. Number 4, find your community, not comparison. Look for a community that's going to help you build up. Look for a community, a group of mamas, a group of creative mamas that will help you strive for more, help you strive to be a better creative mom. Not separating the 2 identities, but a one solid, wholesome identity of a creative mama. Okay? Number 5, let guilt guide your creativity. Do not let guilt stop your creativity. Let guilt guide it. Okay? You can come up with so many creative ways to use guilt to empower your creativity. So, mama, just realize that just because you feel guilty doesn't mean that you're failing. It's not proof that you're failing. It's actually proof that you care. And caring is the strongest creative fuel there is. So you're not a bad mama for wanting to create. You're a powerful one. And I want you to believe that. There's a fly in here. Sorry. And I want you to believe that, okay? Now it's your turn. I want you to drop in the comments which of the 5 secrets hit you the most. Or if you would rather, you can share a mom guilt moment and what it taught you. Okay? Let's lift each other up. Not tear each other down. Let's lift each other up. And if this spoke to you, go ahead and hit subscribe. Give a thumbs up so that you don't miss any more videos that I have about being a creative mama. Okay? I just want you to remember, most importantly, you're a creative and you do not have to do this alone. I want you to join a community that's just for you, a community that will encourage you in your creativity, a community that will support you, that will cheer you on. And the Creative Spark Circle is one just for you. If you don't rather not, choose a different community, I strongly urge you to join a community that will help feed that creative need in you. Okay? So, join a community, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.